Thank you very much, dear students, for opening this video. I welcome you to my YouTube channel Unparalleled English. Today I was just free at home, so I thought to share my own experience and observation with you regarding the language or regarding the English language, and also I'm going to share some of the tips with you. Dear students, these are my own observation and experience that I have experienced during the course of my teaching career in the last 7 years. So these are the points that I mostly tell to my students in the physical class, but today I am making a video on it. If you stay with me till the end of this video, I assure you that you are going to learn some of the new points regarding the English or regarding any of the language in the world. Dear student, learning a new language is very important, and science says that you must or at least learn 3 to 4 languages. Forget about 3 to 4 languages, learn at least 3 languages, okay, or 2 languages. At least you shouldn't be a monolingual, you should be a bilingual or a multilingual as well. I'm going to start my lecture with this quote: new language is a roadmap for a new culture. Learning a new language, dear student, will give you a new thoughts, will give you a new spectrum. Like the second quote, a different language is a different vision of life. Your thinking pattern change when you learn a new language. You just have ability to look into another direction, to look into another way, to look into another spectrum with a new vision when you learn a new language. Speak a different language and the world will be different for you. You are watching the world, or you are observing the world with a language that you have been taught so far from your parents, from your society. But when you learn a new language, your thinking pattern change and you speak or you see a word with a different spectrum. Okay, so this is a very important quote. And next quote, just a minute. Language or knowledge of a new language is a doorstep for wisdom. This is actually the interrelated course. You have a new way to look at the world. Your wisdom come into the play, and you have a new spectrum to see at the world with a different angle. So I thought to start off the lecture, just share few of the quotes with you regarding learning a new language, and that language can be anyone. I mean, I'm just not specifically talking about English. You can talk about French, you can talk about Persian language, you can talk about Chinese language, any of the language in the world. Like you can see it, there are more than 6,000 languages are being spoken in the world. Can you imagine that more than 6,000 languages are being spoken in the world? So you can talk about any of the language with a spectrum of these codes. In the first slide, that was a point that I wanted to share with you. But next, I just want to share with you few of the things regarding English in the 21st century. English is a widely spoken language, and now I am going to discuss few of the points regarding the importance of the English. You can see, dear student, English is a language of internet, and you are totally agree with me that English is a language of internet. All the content that is available on internet, that is mostly in English, and all the researches, all the points that you are watching and you are searching every day on the Google, on different platforms, that are in English. Okay, so you can say it, English is a language of internet. English is a language of markets. English is a language of communication. That is the most or widely spoken language in the world. So let us discuss few of the points regarding the English speaking. For non-native speakers, learning and speaking English can offer numerous benefits and advantages in today's globalized world. Here are 10 important points that highlighting the importance of speaking English. 10 points that I have collected for you that you can realize the importance of speaking English. First, that is international communication. Student, you see it in all over the world. If you want to go for a job, you need to pass your exams like IELTS, TOEFL, and other speaking exams as well. And also on the airports and other areas that you go in the world, you need to speak in English. So you can say it is an international communication. Next, career opportunities. Like so many career opportunities that you can have in English, or you can have with the help of English. Whether you are doing a BS, or you are doing a research, or you are doing a PhD in physics or in chemistry or any of the subject, you need to have a help from the English, because all the modern researches, research articles, things like that are available in English. And also, if you are good in English, your interviews, your exams that you are going to face in the coming life, that will be very easy for you. So you need to have a sound grip in English so that you can have better opportunities in terms of career in the future. Next point is that education opportunities. English is often the medium of instruction in prestigious universities and academic institutions, giving non-natives access to the higher education and research opportunities. For example, let's take a student who is doing FSC. In his FSC, his physics is in English, his chemistry is in English, his computer science book is in English, and most of the good schools, his social sciences books are in English. So you can say it in education, if you want to get the high marks, if you want to get opportunities open for you in that particular area, you need to be good in English. Next, traveling. Yes, English is commonly used in the tourism industry worldwide. Make it easier for non-natives to navigate and communicate during their travels. When you have a chance to go abroad in the future, if you are good English, you will have zero what is called problem facing in communicating with other people. Your traveling will be very easy for you if you have a good command on English. Next, you can talk about our access to information. As I talked to you at the earlier of this slide, that English is a language of internet. You can have an access to any of the information in the world. If you have a good command or good skills in English, you can learn a lot. Business and trade. Yes, English serves as a language of international trade and commerce, facilitating smoother negotiations and transactions between businesses from the different countries. Cultural exchange. English enables non-natives to engage with different cultures, literature, movies, music, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of the global diversity. If you watch a movie from any of the foreign industry, like you can say it from America or from the British, and you to watch that movie in his own language, you will have more understanding of the culture. Okay, but if you mostly in our countries, in our subcontinent, mostly people watch that movies with subtitles, that is not going to help you a lot. Personal growth also is a part of the English, that you are personally growing yourself when you are good in English. Networking and social connections. English proficiency facilitates networking from the people all around the world, leading to the friendship, collaboration and broader social circles. Like on Facebook, if you have friends in the Europe to whom that you can speak English, that will be very easy for you to get it done in a better way. Innovation and technology. So English can also be called as a language of technology or a language of innovation. All the new books, all the new movies, all the new technologies that you can watch, that you want to watch, that are mostly in English. So dear student, we can say it that speaking English as a non-native language can offer an array of advantages, from improved global communication and career opportunities to enhanced cultural exchange and personal development. Embracing English proficiency can truly open doors to the world of opportunities. So these are the important points that you can talk about in the English. So these are the points that I wanted to share with you. In the next, some of my experience regarding speaking a new language that I am going to share with you at the end of this lecture. Okay, first I have written this: code switching is important at the first stage of learning. If you are at the first stage in learning to speak English, code switching is important. What is code switching? Code switching ये होती है कि आप मिक्स करें लैंग्वेज को, इंग्लिश और उर्दू को. If I say that can you please give me a glass of water, पानी ठंडा होना चाहिए. मैं आपको दो तरह के सेंटेंस बता रहा हूँ एक ही लैंग्वेज में या एक ही सेंटेंस में. कैन यू प्लीज़ गिव मी अ ग्लास ऑफ वाटर. और साथ ही मैं उर्दू का सेंटेंस बोल रहा हूँ कि पानी ठंडा होना चाहिए. सो दिस इज़ कोड स्विचिंग. ओके, व्हेन यू आर स्विचिंग फ्रॉम वन लैंग्वेज टू अनदर लैंग्वेज. मैं जैसे स्विच किया है मैंने इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज से उर्दू लैंग्वेज की तरफ, सो दैट इज़ बेसिकली अ कोड स्विचिंग. Mostly that is not preferable, but I prefer it. Okay, code switching is important at the first stage when you are totally a naive or totally a new in learning a language, so you can help from code switching as well. Next, there are some steps or some tips that I observed as when I was learning this language, so I just want to share with you. Speaking English fluently as a non-native speaker can be challenging, but definitely achievable with consistent practice and dedication. First tip is that your dedication. If you really are dedicated, really are passionate to learn a new language, only in that case you can learn a new language. Otherwise it is not possible. Okay, and there are some more steps or some more tips that I am going to share with you. Practice regularly. Yes, practice makes the man perfect. Nothing or you have a zero substitute of the practice. Okay, you cannot replace practice with anything. Okay, वो कहते हैं कि a genius, a idiot with a plan can beat genius without a plan. If you are even an idiot person but you have a plan, you can beat a genius person who don't have a plan or who doesn't have a plan. Okay, so practice is very important. Like any skill, practice is crucial. Set aside time each day to practice speaking English, even it's just a few minutes. The more you practice, the more confident you become. Practice, practice, and only practice. The next experience that I'm going to share with you is listen actively. Yes, a good listener is a good speaker. Listening to English speakers will help you become familiar with language's rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation. Watch movies, TV shows, and listen to the podcast or radio in English. Listening is very important. It is one of the most important skill. If you really want to be a good speaker, you first need to be a good listener at the first stage. Okay. The third step, speak slow. Yes, a very important step as well. Slow down. I mean, you are a non-native speaker. You are not born in a proper English environment. So at the early stages, you need to speak slow. Give yourself a time. Give your mind a time. You need to first take a word from Urdu language. Then you convert that word into the English. And after that, you allow the word to your tongue to speak. So that takes time. Don't be a copycat. Don't try to those people who speak fast. You are a new speaker. You need to learn at the first stage, so they need to speak slow. Speak slow so that you can speak fast at the end. If you try to speak fast in the early stages, you will lose all the rhythm, you will lose all the momentum, and if once your confidence is down, you cannot speak well. So if you really want to be a good speaker, speak slow at the first stage. Okay, this was the third experience that I'm going to share with you. Next, expand your vocabulary. Again, it is a very important tip that I'm going to share with you. Like, vocab is very important. You have the words, only in that case you can speak. If you don't have the words, you cannot speak. That is very obvious. So enhance your vocabulary. At least 2 or 3 words, idiom, phrases you need to learn every day. Then practice that thing into your own language, so that you can have a good awareness of that thing. I just remember in 2015 or 16 when I used to play cricket, and in the grounds I used to take a page with me. On that page every day there are 3 to 4 new words that are written, and whenever I have a chance that I was having a fielding on the ground, that I was also cramming that words as well. Okay, so this was the expanding the vocabulary. No doubt vocabulary is very vast. You cannot be a proficient, or you cannot be a what is called expert in the vocabulary. There are more than 90 words that are being added to the Oxford dictionary of vocabulary, so you cannot what is called understand, or you cannot cram all the vocabulary, but you must have good vocabulary so that you can speak and you can understand. So vocabulary is also important. Use language learning apps. Yes, this is very important as well. I took the help from the Open Talk. That is why I bold that thing to you. Open Talk was one of the app that was available at that time when I used to be a student in 2014, 15, 16. I installed this app from the Play Store. There are so many other apps as well. So these apps are mostly consist of vocabulary, phrases, idioms, one word substitution, your speaking practices. There are a lot of other apps are available on the Play Store. So if you have a will, you have a way. So you need to help from the what is called technology, from the science advancement, and from these apps as well. Okay, the next step that you can involve in yourself in terms, if you are a speaker or if you are a learner in the speaking, engage in a conversations, engage yourself in debates, in English debates. You must have a company, you must have a peer group, 3 to 4 students, 2 or 3 students you must have around you to whom you can speak. Okay, so every day at least practice yourself on any of the topic. You can talk about politics, you can talk about religion, you can talk about environment, you can talk about global warming, you can talk about your job. There are so many other things, about your favorite movie, about your favorite sport. There are so many things that you can talk about. So engaging in a conversation is also very important. Okay, next step, that is record yourself. Okay, recording yourself is also important while speaking, because it can be helpful to identify areas where you need to have improvement. Okay, so track your progress over time. When you record yourself, and after that when you watch the recording, you see that there are so many areas that you need to improve yourself. So recording yourself is also a important step that you can take. Next step, think in English. This is also very important. Just whenever you go to your room and you lay on your bed for sleeping, think some of the thing in English. Okay, that also helps you in communication. That helps you a lot. That was the practice that I applied in my life. Thinking in English is also very important. And the next and the most important step, that is be confident. Yes, without confidence you are zero. Mistakes happen. Speak broken English. Speak English which is full of errors. Make mistakes. Don't be afraid of the mistakes. Okay, mistakes will happen. You need to be confident. You need to be persistent. You need to be determined, and let the mistakes be happened. Okay, without mistakes you cannot learn. Speak whatever that you are feeling good about it. Okay, so don't be afraid of the mistakes. Confidence is a key to become a better speaker. Okay, so confidence is very important. There are so many other what is called tips and tricks as well, like be persistent. Like you should be have a determination in yourself that you are going to learn a new language. Take feedback. That is also important. Whenever you are speaking, then you and ask to a better speaker, then give your feedback to my speaking. Okay, next, guideline is also important. You can talk to your English teacher, you can talk to your parents if they are good, you can talk to your elder brother, sister, or any of your neighbor, relative who are good in that particular thing, I mean in spoken English. So you can help or take the help as a guideline from them. Okay, read aloud. Only in that case you can read aloud when you are not afraid of making the mistakes, then you read aloud. Focus on the pronunciation as well. That is also very important in English, because there are so many words that are mispronounced in our language. Like you can say that this word I'm going to write in front of you, that is vegetables, but mostly that is vegetables, mostly spoken in our culture. That is breakfast, but mostly breakfast हम लोग बोलते हैं. There are so many words that you can talk about. That is Wednesday, और mostly जो है ना हमारी language में इसको Wednesday बोला जाता है. Vegetables, breakfast and Wednesday. So there are so many mispronounced words that are being spoken, that are being delivered in our language. And last but not the least, that what I am going to share with you is that remember, becoming fluent speaker in any language takes time and dedication. Be consistent in your efforts, and you will see a progress over time. And also with that tips and experience, I'm going to give you a roadmap as well. Actually, I'm offering online English grammar and speaking course via Zoom app, so you can learn English in the comfort of your home, in the luxuries of your home. You can stay in your home, you can have a cup of tea in your hand, and just you can install this app and get yourself registered to me, and you will have a better chance to improve yourself without just going from the outdoor of your steps. So what about this course? This course duration is 2 months. This is a source is online, that is Zoom app, and also I have a class time. It's 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. when everyone is sleeping, you are learning a new language. And also this time is adjustable. Okay, if 10 or more than 10 students come to me and they say that no sir, we want to learn a language 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., I can adjust that time to you as well. The class duration every day from Monday to Friday is 80 minutes, that is 1 hour and 20 minutes. And in this course I am going to polish your skills like speaking, reading, writing, and listening. These are the 4 major skills in any of the exams that you need it and needed it in its full way. Like if you are appearing for the IELTS exams or any of the exams in the world, you need these skills to be fluent in you or to be good in you, so that you can pass in exams. If you want to get yourself registered for that course, this is a process for registration. If you want to get enrolled in this course, just fill this form and send to me on this WhatsApp number 031270376362. You will be response. And this last point that I'm going to share with you is that long journey just start with a single step. With first step you are actually embarking yourself to a long journey. Okay, and a beautiful view comes after climbing a toughest climb. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and